They told me I was too big to go into Little White Kids Club. I was like, no.
I don't want to shop with my mom.
I want to play the Aladdin game on the Genesis.
Exactly.
Hey, retro lovers! Welcome to the Nostalgia Junkies podcast, where we talk all about pop culture, retro toy collecting, and nostalgia. And now, here are your hosts, Alex and Brandon.
As you can see, the basement is getting finished. The studs are still here, but the visible studs are gone.
Except these two.
Hey.
Anyways.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, how are things?
Things have been pretty good. Busy. Halloween is technically tomorrow, but this podcast is going to be coming out after Halloween. But it's been crazy. We had a couple of Halloween parties this weekend.
I'm too old for that.
Too old for that.
Can't hang anymore.
No, dude. Listen. I get it. We were lazy tonight and decided to not cook dinner. As I told you earlier, we went to Crab Catcher here in town, and my wife has a nickname of the Fry Whore. She loves fries.
Me too. I had pizza and wings and fries today.
So we got like fried shrimp and fries tonight, and Jocelyn, she has a habit of eating all the fries first, and my mom being
like a child.
She is, and I was raised to always
coming from the guys who collect toys and shit.
I was raised to eat the important things first, the things that cost the most money, and Jocelyn just eats the fries.
I mean, I wouldn't eat just the fries, but I don't see a problem starting with the fries.
I mean, it came with like 10 pieces of big pieces of shrimp, fries. I think she ate like 4 of the shrimp.
Oh, well, that's unacceptable.
And she goes, "Do you want the rest of my shrimp?" And I was like, "Sure." So I ate all of her shrimp. But we also got wings, and I knew that I was going to want some of the wings that we bought. So I dumped the fries into her basket, and you know what she said to me?
No.
I think that's the nicest thing you've ever done for me.
That sounds like a Jocelyn quote for sure.
And I was just like, wow, I'm glad that me giving you my fries was the nicest thing that I've done for you.
Hey, it's the little things, my friend.
Yep. But you know what? The donation of fries will get me a long way this week.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You got to play the long game.
Yeah, so how's things going in your household?
Good, man. Same old. Kids are getting big. Like you said, Halloween tomorrow. What's even crazier to me is that it's about to be November.
Your favorite season, though.
Yeah, favorite season for sure, but the year's just flown by.
Yeah, it
crazy.
Has. Dude, so you know what Jocelyn and I said we were going to go for? We said we were going to go as EA Sports, It's in the Game.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, you know that? Yeah, we wanted to do a couple's costume. And we were too lazy to make the T-shirts. So we decided instead, we were walking through Spirit Halloween looking for decorations, and they had the 2 Blockbuster polos.
Yeah, your costumes were funny.
Yeah. Dude, I did not think that those would be as big of a hit as they were.
I'm sure. Of course they are. Dude.
I mean, I know everyone loved Blockbuster.
Nostalgia.
Dude,
comes right back to it.
I should have thought about that. I didn't think that, I didn't realize that almost every single person we ran into had a comment on our costume.
Yeah, I bet.
It was crazy. I think the most offensive one, though, was were you even old enough to know what this is?
Someone said that?
Yeah, someone actually called us a poser at Labyrinth.
Interesting.
So I pulled out my original Blockbuster membership card.
I bet you did.
From over on West Middle Turnpike.
Oh, man. Dude, that was my Friday nights used to be my favorite. We used to go to Friendly's and then Blockbuster. And then right next door was KB Toys. So we did the full run. It was the best.
Dude, we did the same thing, but Blockbuster was just too far out of the way. We always went to Hollywood Video, I feel.
We went there a lot too. Or
Pizza Hut was the next door.
Pizzones, yes.
And they had the because they did the specialty with Taco Bell too at the time. You dropped the quarter in.
They did that at Pizza Hut?
They did the same thing at Pizza Hut because it was the same company owned both of them.
I've never seen it. Well, I guess I never really went in a Pizza Hut very often. I used to get delivery from that place all the time.
So we always went to one next to Shaw's.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, you go into Pizza Hut, you order your pizza, you go into Hollywood Video, pick up your videos, you go back over to Pizza Hut, get your Pizza Hut, and go home.
I mean, that's nothing
Friday
wrong
night.
with that. Yeah.
Get a couple video games, forget to return them. Mom and Dad yelled at you.
Forget. You were too young to know. I think it was before you. There was a McDonald's Express in the parkade. So it was literally just a walk-up counter where you could order your McDonald's and get out of there.
It sounds familiar, but I might be like, remembering because people talked about it opposed to actually like having.
Yeah, it wasn't there for very long.
Yeah, but dude, I loved all that stuff. Like the when McDonald's had the game cabinets in there, it was great.
Oh yeah, they had them like
that.
in the one on Deming. Yeah, they had it in like the play place area. Yeah,
Little GameCube.
I think it started with N64, and then they had a 4-sided GameCube at one point.
Did you ever go to was it the
Little Y
pediatric dental, whatever it was?
Oh no.
Dude, pediatric dental had like the McDonald's like GameCube setup inside the dentist office in the waiting room.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
No, so did Big Y did the same.
I was just gonna say the Little Y Kids Club had N64 games.
Dude, the day that they told me I was too big to go into Little Y Kids Club, I was like, no.
I don't want to shop with my mom.
I want to play the Aladdin game on the Genesis.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, it is a sad day. Sorry, you have to graduate from the Little Y Kids Club. You're a big Y now.
No, I don't want to be a big Y. Oh wait, I get to do the roulette thing at the cashier counter. Bring.
Yeah.
It was like the home version of Price is Right.
Oh my goodness, good old days.
Did I miss that kind of stuff? But
they don't have anything like that anymore. Even Chuck E. Cheese, man, they got rid of the band. What the hell?
Wait, they don't have the band anymore?
No. No, they don't have anything. No ball pit because they were gross to begin with.
Ball pit was like a petri dish for disease.
Yeah, no band. What was it? Munch time or whatever the band was.
I hope their name wasn't Munch Time.
It was weird, dude. I don't know what it was. Something like
oh my gosh, but no, but you know what I also miss from like McDonald's? Remember, like I know this is gonna sound really weird, but the bench with Ronald on, you could sit down and like.
You would like that,
dude. It was an interesting piece.
Creepy.
Yeah, that's what it was creepy, but like it was an interesting piece. Like you had to sit down with Ronald, and like when you're a little kid and your brain's not at that level yet. Nah. Like it was kind of a cool thing. Like you thought that was the real Ronald for a second.
All right.
And then you turn 3.
Nah, dude, he's a clown. I'm not.
Yes, Ronald McDonald is a clown.
I'm all set with clowns. Even when I was a kid, not having it.
Never liked clowns.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Guess you didn't like the circus then.
I only think we went once to the circus.
Okay.
The old Ring-a-Ling at the Hartford Civic Center.
Dude, we were just watching The Simpsons last night, and where the kids going, "My ding-a-ling."
Yeah.
My ding-a-ling. Dude, that had some amazing moments.
I was watching. I don't even watch Simpsons, but before I came here, I was randomly watching the Treehouse of Horror was on tonight.
Oh, okay. The new one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were watching the collection last night on Disney Plus.
They did like an anime spoof segment, like a Death Note spoof.
Yeah, I saw the picture going around on Facebook. It looked very interesting.
That it was.
Okay.
For sure.
I'll have to check it out. With November being right around the corner, right after that, we're coming into the Christmas toy season. I know I got my Amazon toy catalog, like a la Toys R Us.
I know. And not the same.
It's not, but there's...
At least it's something.
There's still stuff to be excited about. Like, is there anything that you're looking forward to, like, picking up?
Not really.
We have magic powers on this podcast. Last time we talked about a wish for a toy to come out.
It was the next day they announced it.
It was the next day released. It was a Stranger Things Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I have it sitting upstairs now, so I know we can kind of put anything out, like wishes or looking forward to.
I can't say I'm up to date on what's even coming out, so I couldn't tell you like what I would be interested in buying. I don't know. There's not really a lot of current stuff that I'm looking forward to, I guess.
No. You're very much like steeped in the retro culture.
I buy NECA figures, but I don't like only if I find them in the wild. I don't like order them.
So is it just the Ninja Turtles NECA that you like, or
that? And then I have random like movie ones, like the Home Alone ones and Ace Ventura and stuff like that.
Okay, like I know that I like some of the turtle stuff too.
Like
I liked Turtles growing up. Wasn't my favorite growing up. It was like definitely. I'd say top 10, but didn't crack top 5.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Yeah. But I like some of the NECA Turtle stuff too, but I think my favorite has to be like the NECA Gargoyles.
Oh, yeah. I've refrained from picking them up when I've seen them at Target. I can't.
Oh, I heavily dove into that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm already planning on where I'm putting them in the office when the office is done.
I've seen like 3 different ones at Target, and I didn't buy them. I should have, but no, I've been buying the last 2 that I got were the Ninja Turtles Universal Monsters that they're doing. So I got the Hunchback and the Frankenstein, and they're awesome. They're very cool molds.
I can't remember which one I was looking at, and it bothered me. It didn't seem like I felt like they could have done a little better with picking which monster was which turtle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because was Donatello was the Invisible Man, I think. I remember what Mikey ended up being, but it really felt like
Mikey is Mikey the one I just got?
Was Mikey the Mummy?
Maybe that's the one I got. Now I have to double check.
Or maybe, no, I think they did an April one.
She's like the bride of Frankenstein.
Yes, and they made Raph Frankenstein.
Yes, yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, that's a little weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I think that's what it was. But like, I also felt like they could have picked, like, the Invisible Man. Depending on which iteration, it's kind of a prankster or a jokester. That should have been Mikey to me.
The original was. Yeah. He's very expensive too. The original one, very expensive. The monster ones are all pretty expensive, but he's the most expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to stay away from NECA because I know there's a big collecting culture around that, and I feel like much as like Funko Pop also kind of gets negative now, I feel like the NECA culture can also like dive into that.
Yeah, the people who collect them suck.
Well, did you see what's going on at some of the Targets around the country right now with the Funko Pops with reselling?
No.
So with some of the special ones that are coming out, they're destroying some of the boxes. Like resellers are picking up a couple and then ripping or like squishing boxes of other ones.
So stupid.
And it's just like, so there's no competition. And I mean, I remember when I was like super heavy into Funko collecting back like right in college, and there were employees working at Target that were like, oh, nope, we didn't get any shipments. And then, I'd see them selling on eBay or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. And it's like, you're the guy that told me these didn't even come in. Like, oh, yeah, well, they didn't go out onto the floor because I bought them out of the box, out of the back. And it's.
Yep, I knew a Walgreens employee that was doing that.
It's like it was annoying. That was one of the reasons why I got out of it. That, and I felt like Funko oversaturated the market.
It takes the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was mad because, not really mad, but I thought it would have been cool. Do you know there's a box lunch in West Farms? Like the store box lunch?
I didn't know there was one in West Farms.
Yeah, there's one in West Farms. I have a buddy that works there, and he got me the exclusive. I don't really buy a lot of Pops, but I buy a lot of Disney exclusives. Those are the ones that I'll still buy. And he got me the Mama Odie, like box lunch exclusive. But he said the first shipment they got, the boxes had Odie spelt wrong, and they were told to destroy them. I was like, damn, I wish you could have got me one like before.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Like the error box. That stuff's always worth more money.
Dude, there's something about like errors and just like little oddities that they stand out, man. It's cool. It's cool to see when they mess up stuff. Like, I have the Bulbasaur card where they accidentally did the height twice instead of doing height and weight.
Yep.
And it's just like, it's a cool little nod. Like, yep, this was not caught.
Yeah, it's crazy how it affects the value too, depending on like how many were produced with the error. It's wild.
And I feel like we're getting away from that because I was talking with family about this week. I feel like we're getting rid of heavy detail.
Yes.
Like, think about I love my VHS.
Yep.
And I was talking to Mom about different VHS tapes I want, and she's like, "Why do you want VHS tapes? You're 29, Blu-ray, streaming, 4K is a thing." And I mean, she knows I love throwing a VHS tape in, running on the treadmill, but you also have that box art, like the art that's on the sleeve, and it tells the story. Because when you and I was telling when you would go to Blockbuster,
that was the preview. You read the back
exactly, and they told the entire story.
Yeah.
And nowadays, you just go on IMDb, you go on Rotten Tomatoes, you can find it out wherever you want.
No, it was a whole experience.
Exactly, and that's why I love these like old like 80s and 90s tapes that like they have the entire story. Like I was telling you, think about like the sleeve for the movie Hook.
Oh yeah,
like that and Willow.
I love that movie.
Like that just over like dramatization on the cover was phenomenal.
Yep. You're not
We don't
wrong.
get that anymore, and I think it's affecting all sorts of places. Like think about what we were talking about McDonald's. Think about what McDonald's used to look like when we were kids with
and,
all the colors.
and Taco Bell. I love the old Taco Bell.
And now it's brown, just
Yeah.
brown and gray.
Yeah, everything has to be modern.
And
Sucks.
you lose some of that just natural art.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. Yet the younger generation doesn't get it.
Well, it's because
they
they've been
didn't-
born into. They've
Yeah,
born
yeah.
that streamlined instant gratification.
Yeah.
Where like going to McDonald's was a thing as a kid.
Oh, 100%.
That's why you had the play place.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you had the Petri infested ball pit.
Yeah. To be fair, we didn't really go to many of those, like play in many of those, except like Chuck E. Cheese or like those Great Escape type places.
Yep.
But yeah, we didn't really go in the fast food ones like that.
You're allowed to crawl through the tubes,
Yeah,
but we always said stay out of the ball pit.
yeah. My brother got poop on his sock at Chuck E. Cheese once in one of the tubes, and that was the end of that. I think.
That's funny. That's
Disgusting.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? It's just interesting, like, how we see art imitating life, life imitating art, and just what's going on.
Yeah, it's in everything.
But I feel like some franchises have kind of grown with the times and have done a really good job with it.
Like what?
Pokemon, for example.
I mean, nobody ages.
I mean, that's the thing. Nobody ages. Although, dude, the anime right now is killing it. They're killing it.
I haven't watched anything current.
I like throwing a couple episodes like last summer, and then I fell really into it. They instead of the anime just following whatever was going on in the games,
Yeah,
they did their own independent story.
that's cool.
And instead of the 8 badges, they did this world tournament style like show.
Okay.
And Ash at the end of every season had like work his way up to the next class. And then this last season ended up with him being in the master's class. And I love each class was like normal, great, ultra, and master.
Okay.
So after Pokeball, it's kind of cool.
That's very cool premise, actually. I should definitely check out the more current.
Right now, he's in the finals tournament. He's number 2 in the world.
Of course he is.
Well, he started off the Masters tournament at number 8.
Okay.
And he beat Steven, he beat Cynthia, and now he's fighting Leon.
Spoiler alert.
And listen, you're going to get this on Netflix, and it's going to be out for months because the new Pokemon game comes out in like 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh,
So the new anime has to come out in like 2 weeks.
Oh, and by the way, Manny brought me that Charizard Ultra Premium Collection box that just came out.
Oh yeah, I saw him post that up.
Yeah. Apparently someone he was at GameStop picking up his pre-order and someone canceled their pre-order, so
Lucky
they
him.
let him buy it. Yeah.
I'm trying to get my hands on that new Switch OLED, the Scarlet and Violet one.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard to get.
I know. Well, I got the Diamond and Pearl Switch Lite fairly easy.
Did you?
Sold out. Yeah. So I'll be watching it on Friday. Trying to time
Is
that
when
purchase.
it's coming out Friday?
Yeah. But that way, I feel like we wanted to upgrade the Switch to the OLED anyway. May as well try and get the fancy one. That way we can have the Switch OLED upstairs, have the old Switch downstairs.
I'm going to give you a tip. If you watch this, you get my secret. If you
Bots.
No, I never use a bot. I don't even know how. Anyways, no. What I like to do is with those harder to find, like limited edition consoles, like I did it multiple times with the Animal Crossing one, is I buy one and then I post it up for trade for retro game collections, and you end up getting way more value out of.
So am I hearing try and buy 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then you post it up for trade, willing to trade for retro video games, and you can get like people's whole collections, like just because they want the new
thing.
Yep,
Wow, I'll have to try that.
it works.
Look, I've been seeing the Animal Crossing Switch more and more in stores now.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're trying. I don't know, maybe it's a stock that hadn't sold, or if they're just remaking it.
No, I bet you they were holding some back.
Okay.
I don't think they're still making it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm looking for that Switch. Like I want to get my hands on it. I'm excited for the new game. I think the new game's going to be interesting. I don't know if it's going to be good. You know, they're going for their first full open world game. They're shifting to, I think they said, a 12 badge system.
Oh, it's 12.
I think so. Last I read was you need 8 badges, but there are 12 gyms.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if there are 12 gyms and only 8 of them give badges, or if you can pick 8 out of the 12.
Guess we'll find out.
But yeah, I could talk about this game for an hour, but I'm excited for it, and we'll see what happens. That's definitely my one of my things I'm looking for this season.
Yeah, that's probably one of the only things on my list. I totally forgot it was coming out so soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I mean, the new Switch comes out this Friday, and then 2 weeks after that is the new game.
It's weird that they're not just coinciding with each other.
I think it's so you can get the new Switch and have the new Switch for the release of the game. Because, I mean, if you have to pre-order it...
I mean, they should have just bundled the new Switch with the game.
That would have been smart. I mean, it isn't... Well, I love that the Pokemon is actually doing their independent design system.
Yeah.
We've been holding out for the new God of War game for the PS5. It's just going to be regular PS5 with packaged God of War.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like, what's the purpose? What's the point?
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, people were ripping apart on like the Sony Reddit pages.
Oh, I bet people get very serious about their video games.
Oh yeah, but you know what? It just means I don't have to get the PS5 yet. I can keep holding out.
The PS5's another one that if you can get your hands on, is a good trade bait for retro stuff.
Okay, start getting more GameCube games.
Only the disc one though, not the download one.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you know me. I love my physical stuff.
Yeah, there's no way I would ever get one that I could only download games on.
I love being able to have that like tangible collection that when you want to grab something, you can see it.
Yep, exactly.
And because I mean, otherwise it's like, oh, what do you want to play? Well, let me boot up the system and like show you everything I have. Right. Where you can actually just like be hanging out and someone sees the game and like, oh, that looks really cool. Yeah, let's play it.
I agree 100%.
I know we agree. I'm saying for the other people's, buddy, but. I think the only other thing I'm looking forward for this season, other than finishing the basement, like that's honestly the biggest thing is finishing the basement.
Oh yeah.
The Zord Ascension project has been something that Hasbro's been doing with Power Rangers.
Okay.
And they basically made a high quality Megazord not too long ago that comes with all the individual Zords that then builds together.
Okay.
And they're like die cast, heavy, like nicely done. Mm-hmm. They're doing a Dragon Zord. It's supposed to come out this December.
Oh, man.
So, you know me with my Green Ranger.
Just what I need. More stuff. Yes, I know you with your Green Ranger.
So, I'm excited because I'm hoping they're going to do that. And then, my guess, and I'm already broadcasting it, they're doing the Megazord. They're doing the Dragon Zord. The next thing to come out is probably going to be Titanius. That way they can do the Ultra Zord.
Could be. Well, did they do the Tiger Zord yet?
No. But the Tiger Zord is kind of independent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Tiger Zord goes with Tor.
True, yes.
Where Titanius would be just this other thing.
That thing's huge.
I know. I'm not the biggest fan of its look. I mean, you know me. I like my Tor the Shuttle Zord because I can hide tequila in it.
Just like your Blockbuster case.
Hey, that was whiskey, buddy. Dude, that thing was the hit of like every party we went to.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like people are like, wait, that cassette? Where'd you get that? Internet. I was like, oh, Amazon?
Alex wanted to destroy my Blockbuster cases for his Halloween costume.
I wanted to buy one off of you.
Yeah, and then destroy it.
Listen, that's why I asked you if you were comfortable with it.
Ancient artifact, no.
Listen, I bought a movie called The Spanish Prisoner.
I don't care if you bought Girls Gone Wild. You can't be drilling holes in Blockbuster cases, dude.
I don't think that'd be the whole be being drilled in Girls Gone Wild, buddy.
Jesus, this is a family-friendly podcast.
Oh, is it? Is that what this has been?
Maybe not. You're always talking about penises and stuff.
Listen, we could go back and pull all of our clips. No. So I eventually do want to get some Blockbuster cases to like put up nicely. I mean, we have the Wayne's World DVD case.
That's a good one.
Nice. And that's why I'm not going to touch that thing. That's why I wanted, I thought because I asked you a while ago about your Blockbuster cases, and you talked about trying to sell some of them. So I thought maybe you had one that, you didn't care about.
You gotta care
But if you care about all of them, dude, I would, you know me, I would never do that to you.
I know.
But that's why I'm like, I bought some random movie for $7 on eBay.
That's a good price, even just for the case.
That's why I did it to that one, because the other one, I can't remember what the other movie was. It was like Shrek or some other it was a very 90s movie.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't do it to that one. It has to be a movie no one cares about.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Choice.
Yeah, so I mean, we've kind of talked about it, I guess, a little bit over time, but so for you, what came first, reselling or collecting?
Oh, collecting by years.
And what was like your first collection?
Well, okay, so I guess how it started is I just had my original childhood collection. I still have all of it, everything I ever had. And so obviously I didn't collect like through high school and in college, but it was really when I went to my parents, like went through the attic and got all my old stuff. And then it made me want to
get back into it.
Yeah, but I always went to like tag sales and stuff, and that's where I started, and that's where I got the majority of most of the stuff that I have still. Flea markets and tag sales, and then it ended up turning into a business out of nowhere, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, so I know you've been down at the Manchester Mall for like what, 2.5, 3 years now.
3 years, yep.
And so, how long has retro junk been a thing? Like more than just like selling on the side, but like you actually like pushing it as a business.
Retro junk kind of started when I had the shop. Like when I started the shop, I was selling at like the flea market and stuff for years, but I didn't have like a name.
Okay, but you were selling as a business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was selling, but I didn't have that name. It didn't retro. I'm trying to think. I'd have to probably go back on my Instagram and see when I changed it, but it was probably a little longer than the shop, maybe 5 years.
Okay.
But yeah, it started with there wasn't a name. It was just selling things.
You, as long as I've known you, which I mean it's been like 2 to 3 years at this point, you've been hustling.
Yeah.
And I feel like every day I see you working on something.
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm a sleepy boy.
We all.
It's fun, but yeah, it's funny to me every time I get it so much. People come in the shop and they're like, "So what do you do? Like, what's your real job? What do you do besides this?" And I'm like, "This is it."
I think one of my favorite things hanging out at your shop is when someone brings in something obscure, but like not good.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I can't even think of something.
Do you take jars of toenail clippings? Yeah. No, like the most common is definitely Beanie Babies, followed by Cabbage Patch. Those are the two I get asked if I buy the most.
But you got the murder Cabbage Patch sitting in your shop.
No, not murder, cannibal.
Cannibal
Cabbage Patch. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kid that was released in the early 90s was pulled off shelves after about 2 weeks because the mouth was motorized and you're supposed to feed in these plastic pieces of snacks, which would end up in a backpack on its back. So what was happening with the motorized mouth is little girls were getting their hair sucked into it, mutilating fingertips. So if you go on Google and you type in Snack Time Kid Cabbage Patch, the first thing that pops up is a headline talking about the cannibal Cabbage Patch doll. True story. I have one at the shop. You're not allowed to sell them on eBay or anything because they were recalled years ago.
Oh my gosh. I have looked at that thing so many times and thought that it'd just be a really fun gag gift to give. But if someone doesn't know the issue with it, it could be a really dangerous gag gift.
Gives it to their children or grandchildren or something.
I know. That's I'm like, we have a white elephant coming up. We could totally give this.
We should make some horrible horror movie based on that thing.
Gosh,
just
be like
cheesy.
Like a terrible Chucky movie.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Creepy.
Your hair.
That's so weird.
I mean, you know what my favorite '90s creepy toy is? Furbies.
Ugh, yeah.
Dude, I want to just amass a horde of Furbies just to
Why?
piss Jocelyn off.
Oh, that explains it.
And the best things I can say because I know she doesn't listen to the podcast.
What a girl.
I know.
My wife doesn't either. That's okay.
She asked me something the other day about something we had just discussed like at length on the Halloween special. And I'm like, this is how I know you don't support me.
Oh, that's okay.
But I gave her my fries, so it's okay.
Oh, man. Giving her your fries and she doesn't even listen to the podcast.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my wife could care less about listening to this shit.
I mean, I think that's Jocelyn is a collector herself.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the things that's kind of nice about like Jocelyn is that when there's that passion for something, she also recognizes it because she has it too. Like
I'm jealous of that aspect of your relationship. Because
your wallet does not thank you.
yeah, I don't care about buying shit. I just Emery's just like, you're bringing more home. Get this crap out of my house.
Listen, that Jocelyn was talking about the living room today. She cannot wait for that living room to be clean because right now, half of it is just like almost floor to ceiling.
Soon enough it'll be clean.
Oh yeah, I mean we're what we've done ceiling, sheetrock. Next, I believe, is flooring, maybe, and then baseboard heat. But that's like, dude, we are close. Like it's been like a month, maybe.
Oh yeah,
month and a half.
Yep.
And we've gone from nothing to everything.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We're actually sitting in a room this time.
It's a room.
It's not like random garbage.
Yeah, there was like exposed beams and stuff behind us.
Wires.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, now it just looks like we're in the middle of painting.
Progress.
So, what was like the first thing you then like collected? Like after, was it just like '90s like pop culture? Or
Yeah, pretty much. Video games, obviously, Pokemon cards, like vintage Pokemon cards, and then in like 2011, I think it was. That's when I started getting into Funko Pops heavily and bought a lot in the first 2 months.
Yep, I know that feeling all too well.
And then when we moved from our apartment to our house, my dumbass sold my original Funko Pop collection, like the majority. It was like 120 pops maybe at that point that I had, or 120 to 150, I don't know. But I went back and like looked at an old picture I had of my collection and like entered it into
Pop price guide.
Yeah. And if I had them now, it was like $30,000 for like 120 to 150 pops, because they were all like crazy Comic-Con exclusives and stuff from when they first came out. Like 2012 San Diego Comic-Con Gold Loki, which is worth like $1,500 now. Glow in the Dark Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc. Just a ton of the big flocked Sully that came with a little metallic boo. There were so many.
Like I was into collecting pops as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was a few years behind you with them, but I got in them right before they really started oversaturating the market, and like everything got a pop.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was the age where like pops were like what, $10 to $12 depending on what they were coming out with.
They were the best place to get them was Barnes and Noble. They were $8.99.
And then I remember like they just kept coming out with like more and more, and people were like, well, they're coming out with a new pop every week. I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah.
And so I watched the back when Age of Ultron came out, the Vision Pop, the Wanda Pop. They started doing She-Hulk and Black Bolt and Luke Cage, but like not the ones reminiscent to the shows that were coming out, but ones that were comic like book representations.
Mm-hmm.
And they just kept coming out with more and more.
The first pop, I believe, was Batman.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of these pops that were like reminiscent of comic book characters, a lot of people I feel like that were buying the pops that were Marvel fans were MCU fans.
Yeah, definitely.
And so these comic book pops kind of just flopped. And I ended up grabbing a couple of the She-Hulk pops.
They
like
made way too
$6
many
back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're now. I sold one of them for like $40 on eBay
Mm-hmm.
this past week or two.
Yeah.
She-Hulk just ended because now they're bringing these comic book characters into the MCU.
There's still
And MCU
people.
fans want the original comic book pops.
Exactly. There's still people who come in the shop from all over the place for pops. They still have a huge following. It's crazy because I don't know. There's just so many.
It's like the Daredevil and Matt Murdock pops right now. Holy crap! Have you seen what they're going for?
No.
I sold one for $190.
What was it?
It was just Matt Murdock, just regular Matt Murdock, red glasses.
Oh man.
It was back when the Spider-Man movie came out.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But so like when he was just released, but even the Vigilante black suit, I saw one going for $80 the other night.
That's crazy.
And it's like I got these things for on clearance back at Newbury Comics back in the day.
Yep.
Because nobody wanted to buy them.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. I used to be way more hardcore into it for sure. I used to go. It was fun. We used to drive all over the place and wait outside on the morning of like releases. And I was so mad when they got rid of FYE at the mall because I went there on a weekly basis because I knew when their shipping was. And they would get 2 chases every week. So I would always go hang out and wait for them to put them out.
That's the one thing that kind of bothers me that Newbury Comics does. Is that when their chase comes out, they like put the
jack
chase
up
in
the price.
case. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, no, the chase should be a chase pop like you found it in store.
exactly.
And they don't.
I haven't even gone hunting like that for pops in years, but I can't remember the last time I found a chase in the wild.
We bought back when Hot Topic was doing the blind boxes.
Mm-hmm.
We bought 2 cases of Funko Pops straight from Hot Topic because they're coming out with the what's it called, the Merc with the Mouth Mercenaries, like Deadpool's team, and they did Terror and Madcap.
Okay.
And there's another one, but they came out. It was the orange, the yellow, and the Madcap with the hat. And we realized that the Madcap was going to be a heavier pop, so we had a food scale. So we ended up weighing every single pop.
In the store?
No, and the 2 cases that we bought, we pulled out like 20 pops from the 2 boxes.
Okay.
Every 20 pop, every one of the 20 pops was a Madcap. Not a single damn chase.
Oh, that's so.
So we bought
annoying.
like 48 pops. Not a chase. One chase would have broke even for us.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
It was so sad because then, I mean, the pops were worthless at that point because like everyone bought them all.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been holding on to them because they're coming out with the new Deadpool movie.
Yep.
And I've been waiting for there to be some kind of allusion to his team. Because as soon as I remember the Terror Pop was the rare one when that one was out, and that one was like $50, and it's still sitting at like 50, 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, I have the whole line of all 6 of them, just not a chase. But
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like, we'll see. It's been interesting to see how the market's gone up and down. I've been better at predicting that market than I have been with any Bitcoin or any of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about Bitcoin at all.
I just know my friend. I was at a Halloween party last night, and a couple of my friends were talking about Bitcoin and Doge and Shiba Coin, and I remember we had invested a bunch, and we made a lot of money, and then we lost a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. TJ knows a lot about that. He's always trying to get me to buy Bitcoin.
Listen, when I remember Elon Musk going on hosting SNL, and I watched myself lose like over $4,000 to $5,000 overnight.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Well, I didn't put $4,000 or $5,000 in.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I made that money, and then I watched it fall down.
Yeah, that sucks.
So, well, I mean, we'll see. Eventually, it'll come back. It's just like gambling. You don't put money in that you're not willing to lose.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You still have it, you're saying?
Yeah, I've been holding on to it.
Okay.
And it's been going back up, so we'll see what happens.
Of what, Bitcoin or Doge?
Bitcoin's always steadily going up.
Yeah.
Dogecoin it's gone from being like 4 to 5 cents to about 12 cents right now.
Okay.
So we'll see. I mean, at this point, I've already lost $500 in Bitcoin. I don't really care at this point. It's
no,
valid.
Bitcoin's gonna go way up.
Yeah. What did I say? I lost $500 in Doge, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
What happens, happens. Listen, as long as I have the money to buy toys at your shop.
Yeah, we gotta have remodeling money and toy money.
Exactly. So now I was just happy with all those GameCube games this past week.
Finally, they're like almost gone already.
Well, I know I bought 3 of them.
All the good ones are almost gone at least.
Yeah, down to just the Maddens.
Yeah, dude. They don't come in often, and I wish they did because they're fast sellers.
Because I mean, that was like one of the best eras of video games.
Oh yeah, no doubt. GameCube and N64 are definitely the ones that don't last long on the shelves.
They're just good. Like I'm so excited to break out Sonic Adventure 2 Battle
It's such a good game.
just to listen to the song on the first map. Just need to listen to Escape from the City. That's it.
That's awesome. Yeah, great soundtrack.
I love that game so much with a passion.
From what I've played of it, I love, but I haven't put that much time into it.
Well, I downloaded it on Xbox One. It was one of the games with gold for whatever the week it was.
Okay.
And there's a glitch in it.
Really?
Yep, it's one of the Knuckles levels where the gem is supposed to be, the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
It lets you dive down into it, and it'll come up. It'll do one of a few things. Either it'll come up without the gem.
Okay.
It'll come up with the gem and then freeze, or it'll come up without the gem and do like the success animation.
What?
But it does not go on to the next part.
Well, that's stupid.
And it's in like the spooky Halloween map.
Yeah.
And it was just so sexy. Those were my least favorite maps as a kid. I hated those because the controls were always so weird. And it just sucks because it just doesn't work.
Well, that's so weird.
Beat the game.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah. I'm just happy it was free.
Right. I'm just excited for GoldenEye for the Switch online. It's going to be awesome.
And then didn't they just say they're coming out with the Mario parties for the Switch as well, like on N64 emulator?
I didn't know that, but I hope so.
Yeah, they say they come out with 1 and 2. Which is kind of, I don't know, like if you bought, like we have the new Mario Party game for the Switch.
Yeah,
It has all the maps from like all the old games.
Yep.
But now we just have those games.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like fighting with itself, or Nintendo's kind of fighting with themselves on what their releases are.
I feel like they always have.
And like have such a vast library, like you could put anything out. And now they're gonna put Glover out again.
Glover. I never really played that.
It's not a bad game. It's not a great game. It's a game.
It's a game.
It's a game.
So it's bad.
Yeah, it's like, like you can't call someone's baby ugly.
I mean,
That's a child. Well, you don't call it to their face. You say, "Oh, look at the baby. That's a child."
Yeah.
Then you go, "Man, did you see so-and-so's kid? They're ugly."
Like the Seinfeld episode with the ugly baby.
Yep. Okay, we'll move on to our last section tonight.
Sure.
So you know what? I'm gonna add a little amendments to these things because I always hate this hypothetical because it's really limiting if you overthink it. But if you're stranded on a desert island, what are like the 5 things you would bring? We're gonna assume that you have the TV and electricity on this island and running water.
And running water.
Yeah. So like for example, like let's say you wanted to bring a game system. The game system and all the accessories would count as one item, but a game would be another item.
Okay.
But like you don't have to like up a TV, N64, a power cable. Like that's too much.
I gotcha.
Okay.
My first thing would definitely be probably like an old school like iPod video with just tons of stuff. I need something. I need music. I need
Now, like
especially if I'm on the island by myself.
now, iPod Classic or
No
iPod
video,
Touch?
like the classic video one.
Yeah,
The
like
fat old one
that
with
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because especially like I said, if I'm on the island by myself, I need some other type
And
of
chargers and headphones all bundled into that.
yeah.
Because that'd be too much.
That'd definitely be my first thing.
Okay.
No, you gotta go.
That's actually really good. I wasn't even thinking about music.
I need some other type of human voice happening.
Yeah. Shoot, that was actually a really really thoughtful answer. It'd be really bad if I said same.
I mean, you can if you want.
I'd probably do like something similar. Like, I mean, maybe I'd have to bring the Zune though.
No, you fucking wouldn't.
I would bring an iPod.
The Zune.
I'd actually we still have my iPod Classic kicking around somewhere.
I have one too.
And dude, I love that thing.
It's incredible.
Yeah, so I'd do the same, and I think I know one of my favorite things that's like my most watched on that iPod is the Muppets Bohemian Rhapsody cover.
Of course it is.
Dude, I was a weird kid in high school. I'm still a weird kid.
I was gonna say was. No.
I would have to. That was just such a good answer. Like, not to copy you, but yeah, I wasn't even thinking about music. That's perfect.
Yeah, you have to bring it, dude.
Yep. Want me to go next?
If you already have one ready, then you can go.
I would bring probably just like a bin of Legos.
That's good too.
Because it's like the old it came like the thing that went on your lap.
Yeah.
Like
Had the
those.
side things.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't want to bring a Lego set. Because once you build the set,
No, you need some. You need just a bunch of random
Yeah.
bricks so you can
exactly.
do.
I want the assorted pack of Legos with the pack and play.
Pack and play.
Whatever it was called, but like that. I feel like that would keep you occupied. So you're watching whatever you're wanting on the iPod, and you're playing with your Legos.
Legos. All right. Yeah. Legos are just like a better version of puzzles. I would have definitely Legos over that. Man, I would bring. I don't have internet, right?
No, there's no internet.
Just I have electricity, but no internet. Okay.
How about there's Wi-Fi?
All right, then I would bring a Switch, definitely, because then I can go to all the old game libraries and shit, and always have something to play. I don't need to
That's
waste.
why I wasn't gonna put that in there because I knew that would be an option.
Then I don't need to waste one of my 5 items on a game.
Why didn't you just bring that new 3DS you got?
Nah. Oh, I got it to work, by the way.
Yeah, so why did you bring that? You don't need Wi-Fi.
Because there's way more options. Actually, I don't know if there's way more options. Yeah, that's true. The 3DS has a lot of stuff on it.
So 3DS.
Yeah.
You want to explain what the 3DS is to people who don't know?
It's just a modded 3DS that has every emulator on it. So I can play the NES library, Super Nintendo library, etc., etc. I think it has Sega, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. TurboGrafx is on there. And one other. But yeah, there's just an endless amount of games on there. So yeah, that'll be my second item, I guess.
So within the same vein, I would my retro arcade cabinet modded with the Raspberry Pi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because it basically does the same thing. But see, now I don't have to. I can stand up and get my exercise for the day by standing.
Yeah, but see, you also can't lie down with it. So
It depends on if I build my bed up.
yeah, okay. What are you building your bed out of?
I could lie down with it, just be very uncomfortable.
Your palm frond bed. You're gonna.
Yeah, my hammock.
Yeah, but banana hammock.
Okay.
That's a good one, though. Okay. I have running water, right?
Yes, you have running water. You can bring a rock tumbler and polish some rocks.
Okay. I don't know. How many do I have? 3 things left. Oh, shoot. That's hard because, see, I would bring a coffee pot, but then I need to bring coffee and the things I like to put in my coffee.
I was thinking more of just like along the lines of like, what toys would you bring? Like,
just things to pass the time.
Yeah, pass the time. So you have your iPod, you have your Switch, or sorry, your 3DS.
3DS.
Like we're gonna assume that that the coffee and that is a whole different 5 items.
Oh, I get more. Okay.
Yes.
It's not a toy, but I would bring a fucking 2 of my things would have to be either like a sketch pad of some sort and colored pencils, or like something along those lines. An adult coloring book in color, something.
What was the like the mag pad?
Oh yeah, where you would swipe the.
Yeah, like I always liked those.
Yeah, those were cool. But yeah, just something I can doodle or color or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got things to color with, a 3DS, and an iPod.
Okay. I think mine would have to be probably just a sound wave, to be honest. Like I love like I mean, you say I keep like random transformers here on the desk. Like I just love like they become like a fidget.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so I feel like Soundwave, especially because you can stick like a laser beak in them, and technically it's one thing. He has a cassette tape. I don't
Right?
need. So I think like that because for me that's like just a fidget and like watching something, just playing with it, and it'd be great.
That's a good one. I think my fourth one would be something remote control and fun, like a remote control bow, or some all terrain remote control something, or a drone, just something with a remote that I can.
Oh, dude, we had this RC car growing up that it was the one with like the one big green wheel in the front, and it could handle like all terrain.
Okay.
These two monster tires in the back, and this big like overinflated tire in the front. It was like a tricycle thing.
Okay.
And because if it hit something that it couldn't go over, it would just flip over and go the other way.
Mm-hmm. I remember. I know what you're talking about.
And dude, I would have to bring that. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, I definitely think something remote control would be entertaining. The last one, I would bring the Ninja Turtle sewer lair. That would be my toy item that I would bring.
Would you play with the rocks in it?
I don't care. I'll make a little.
You'll make a little.
I'll make some.
Out of sticks and twine.
Yeah. I'll just catch real turtles and use those.
I could see you doing that. Your name is Michelangelo, and you are the funny one.
Tying little headbands on them.
But everybody was kung fu fighting. Oh my gosh.
Yep, sewer lair.
I wish there was like better Street Sharks like
Play sets.
There were like none. There were none.
I don't think there is any. There's vehicles.
Yeah, we had there's a lot of vehicles though, which is like crazy because there's the copter, the bike, couple bikes.
But they had no like lair or headquarters or.
Not as a playset.
Yeah.
Definitely did in the show, but not as a playset.
You could bring Eternia.
Dude, I was thinking about that or Grayskull. Although I think Snake Mountain would be more fun to play as or play with.
Snake Mountain's definitely more fun.
It has,
but Eternia is huge.
I know.
And it has like a whole like rail system.
Yeah, it would definitely be. I could send Soundwave on it. Yeah, no, it'd probably be Eternia then. I was also trying to think like something I actually owned already. And I don't own an Eternia, and I'm not going to dish out $550 for an Eternia.
Why not? Or you can dish out like $2,000 for an original one.
Because I'd rather pay for my basement and pay for GameCube games at your shop.
Fair.
But no, I'd probably go with the Castle Grayskull then.
That's a good one.
I have it in tier. Snake Mountain for the Origins line hasn't come out yet. So.
Oh, they didn't do one yet?
No.
Interesting.
They've actually released Eternia before they've released Snake Mountain.
Very interesting.
Although in the promotional images for Eternia, they show Grayskull on one side and Snake Mountain on the other side. So it looks like we're going to eventually get one finally.
Oh, I'm sure. It's just weird that they haven't done it already.
Agreed. I'm surprised, but it is what it is. I don't work for Mattel or Hasbro yet, so
unfortunately, yeah. Have they done any of the smaller ones like Fright Zone or the Slime Pit or any of that stuff?
Not really. They've done like characters that then have accessories that attach onto like Castle Grayskull. So when they did, was it Battle Damaged He-Man and Battle Cat?
Mm-hmm.
It had this extra little area of rocks, and then the gargoyles that go on Castle Grayskull.
Oh,
When they did
that's
the new
interesting.
Stridor, they had another little rock formation, so you can build it out. So the Castle Grayskull will continue to build out, and then eventually probably build into Eternia. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for some stuff. Excited to spend my money.
Yeah. I wish there was, I don't know. Well, I guess I wish I knew more of what was coming out like soon.
Yeah, I mean, they just this is what we lack when we don't have the Toys R Us Christmas catalogs and that kind of stuff. You really need to be on top of all their social media
That's
and
true. That's
just
true.
like absorb it. I mean, luckily, like I follow enough people on like Instagram and YouTube between like Retro Rick and Pixel Dan, Retro J. Like there's enough people that like you can follow that you just start absorbing the information, and then your Google feed is full enough of stuff that they're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that Google just starts feeding you things.
True. Yeah. Oh, the Boglins they've been coming out with are pretty cool. And I think they're starting to do more Mad Balls now too, which
Yeah,
are
dude.
pretty awesome.
Oh, I miss the Mad Balls. That and then they did like a McDonald's version of Mad Balls.
Was it McDonald's? I thought it was like one of the more obscure Happy Meal toys, or kids meal toys, like Wendy's or something like that.
It was some. I thought it was McDonald's. I remember it's a little like blue slime guy.
Hmm.
And then
Maybe
there
I'm
was
thinking of something different.
and the bat with the crazy eyes.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I
It was
don't.
Burger King. I feel like it's more of a Burger King toy.
Yeah, I don't remember those.
But yeah, they basically operate just like a Mad Ball. You just slam them and like
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Why'd you do that? Try that again. Yeah, it was. I love those kind of things. Like, I mean, especially I think those are great boy toys of like destroy.
Yeah, exactly. True.
That and oh god, sock and boppers.
More fun than a pillow fight.
Sock and boppers, sock and boppers.
Blow 'em up, put your hand inside, get ready to have the time of your life.
Boppers.
Dude, it's crazy how I can remember that, but I can't remember like what I ate for breakfast today.
I'm surprised you remembered all that. Dude, oh god, what was the other infomercial toy? I remember I wanted to get them so bad. They were awful. It was the liquid balloons that you would blow up with a little bitty straw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Wubble or whatever. Wubba.
God,
I know what it is, yes.
yeah,
But
I remember I wanted to get them, and then they finally were selling them like at the supermarket, or like the supermarket version.
the generic, yeah.
Oh, they were awful.
They were so bad.
They did not work.
The one I had worked, it just wasn't very entertaining.
Oh, yeah, the one I had did not work.
Well, that's
Like
lame.
you stuck the straw in it, you went to go blow the bubble, and it just fell out of the straw.
Oh, yeah, no. Mine wasn't like that. Mine actually worked, but it just wasn't fun. I'm trying to think of other songs now.
Chia.
Yeah, that one's not really a song.
It was a jingle.
Yeah, then you have the clap on, clap off, the
Get
clapper. I remember all the like product ones or like businesses like that, like Empire and
Oh, dude, I love the JG Wentworth ads.
877 cash. No.
877 cash. No.
Yeah. It's my money and I want it now.
Dude, those are like, dude, we could do a whole podcast on old commercials.
Yeah. Wash it, dry it, check it out before you buy it. The Maytag store. Dude, I'd love to write jingles. It's like Uncle Jesse and Joey on Full House. They used to write jingles.
Slap shop.
Oh man. No, I'm trying to think of other ones.
That could be a whole episode of us just like going through like old commercials.
Oh, they're my favorite. Especially old holiday commercials. They're my favorite.
I love the Hershey's Kiss commercial.
I love those. I love the old Coca-Cola Christmas commercials. There's some very good Oreo Christmas commercials. M&M's Christmas commercials.
Did I tell you about the kid with the Budweiser shirt in Tennessee? I know this is like sounds like a random thing,
No.
but there's a kid who had like an all over print T-shirt, and it was a like swamp bayou of the bullfrogs, and it said Bud, why, and then Zer
I have one.
on the back. Dude, I love that shirt. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, they made a lot of cool. My dad had so many. He had ones that had the other like animals on them too. They had like ferrets at one point, chameleons. Yeah, I had a hat of it as well.
Well, I think we need to do an episode of just going through old commercials.
Yeah, commercials
So,
and
If y'all know of any commercials that we need to go through that were like just a pinnacle of 80s, 90s, and early thousands commercials, put them down in the comments. Send us a message. Send us a DM. You know how to find us. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We got an email. They're all down in our bio. But it's Nostalgia Junkies podcast, CT, Nostalgia Junkies podcast. It's one of those three.
You'll find it. But yeah, suggestions.
If you got any commercials that we need to watch and go through, or any old cartoons that we should get a review of and just see how they are,
Oh, I'm thinking of so many. My brain is going crazy right now.
Dude, I know. Like we could sit here and riff for like another hour.
And Gushers and all those commercials.
Gushers commercials were amazing.
The big fruit head.
Dude, I loved the Airhead ones.
Yeah. See, we're on that.
Okay, let me not hit the mic. If you have any commercials, any cartoons, any TV shows that we should go through that were like just like they made your childhood, any toys that like were like we haven't talked about them yet and they were your childhood, send us a message, comment down below, let us know what we need to be talking about. But I think that's going to wrap up our show today.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
That was fun. It wasn't really too much of a plan, so.
No, we just kind of winged it today. And, if you like the more informal stuff, let us know.
Yeah, we got some good ones coming, though.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
We got some good Munchies episodes coming.
Ooh, I'm excited. 90 snacks, folks.
Yeah, let us know what 90 snacks we need to eat. Yeah. I'm Alex.
I'm Brandon.
And this has been Nostalgia Junkies.
That's all, folks. Thank you for listening to the Nostalgia Junkies podcast. Follow us on social media, subscribe to the podcast, and make sure to never miss an episode. Till the next episode.